Welcome back to this new podcast on DV2S, the vision to success. Today, we're honored with the presence of Yahaya, a young game-changing engineering and tech content creator with over 50,000 plus followers across all platforms. He explains the unknown engineering facts on how the engineering stuff in our environment works, explain us the hidden techniques, the hidden engineering facts behind all of these inventions, right up to how tankers work, how phones work, how even planes and even telecommunication towers work. Today, we're going to be learning from him, getting inspirational words from this young youth here in Africa. And just to let you guys know, he's a Nigerian in Africa here, like you too, like any professional in Africa. He'll be sharing his story on how he left from from being a young kid, just a regular kid like any other kid here in Africa, to become this growing and very soon a very successful young engineering kid in Africa. So without further ado, I'll give you the floor, Yaya. Our audience too would like to hear some words from you to know like who are you? Where?
Okay. Hello guys. My name is Yahaya Babatunde, and I'm currently I'm a fourth year civil engineering student. Currently doing my IT and about to start going to my 500 level. So basically, what I do on the internet, I'm the face behind the channel Engineering with Yaza. I make engineering and tech videos that people my aim is to make videos people don't think about, like make them think, oh, I didn't know about it, oh, okay, that's the reason why. So those are the type of videos I make, and I also enjoy doing it too, so somewhat fun.
Exactly. And as you just said, his videos make you say, "Oh, I didn't know about this." Like one of the videos I watched about the oil tanker. I didn't know in oil tankers that are like divided into different
Divided,
sectors
yeah.
to prevent it from oil from like pushing the truck one side of the road. And
Yeah.
today, we all here are going to be learning a lot from him, from how he started this channel, which we even like to even know first. Um, yeah, please tell us what made you start this journey of content creation, and how was the start for you?
Okay. So the thing is, back in 2021, that was when I was introduced to YouTube, and mainly I wanted to start making art and animated content initially. So the thing is about art and animation, it was like a hobby for me. It was like a hobby, and I just wanted to just do it for fun and just get on with it. But I noticed that I'm actually going into engineering. I haven't
Yeah,
started going to university that time. So it was when I started university, I was like, okay, why not just do something that is in line with what I'm doing, and I have an actual passion for. So why not start making videos about those things? And I just enjoy talking about things that are fascinating, mind blowing, interesting tech and engineering stuff. That was the reason why I started. Um, I also wanted to just change people's mind about engineering. A lot of people don't like engineering because of how complex it is, but there are actually some, you know, easier parts. I can actually make it simpler to understand or easier to understand to other people. So that's basically
and
it.
I would like to also know one thing. Once you started the YouTube channel and then moved to other platforms, was it kind of hard? Were you even scared at the beginning, or you just started and saw how it was going?
Okay. Initially I started posting on YouTube. So what I would do immediately I posted was um share the link to my friends, my family members. It was a bit cringe, I can't lie. It was a bit cringe because making videos like that, a lot of people will be like, oh, he's making this type of videos. You'd be thinking of other people's opinion on what you're posting. So I just did it. I just got on with it because I saw progress. I saw a bit progress every time I posted. So I can say, okay, I just have to keep posting. So I kept posting. Then a friend of mine told me to start posting on TikTok. So when I started posting on TikTok, it was like I posted a few videos. They did have like just a bit decent. Some of them had 200 views, just a few hundred views. I posted like 4 videos at the time. So there was a night and there was a day I made a video. I was just I think I was going to an event and I had to make a video that day so I can upload the next day or the day after. So I recorded that video on the spot, edited it, and I didn't really think that video would do well at all. And I uploaded it on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. Then that video had 10,000 views by the end of the day. So I was like, okay, TikTok, okay, let's keep posting on TikTok. I also pushed posting on Instagram after seeing that too. So I noticed that the videos that you don't really put much effort to, it's not that you shouldn't put effort to making your videos, but sometimes you just have to go in, like you just have to, like you know, when you want to swim, you just have to dive first
Exactly.
and see if you need to use a life jacket or you don't need to, and you can just keep going. You just have to dive in deep to that thing. You don't just have to go. You don't have to go in halfway. That was basically same for Instagram too. I posted another video that blew up, had like 200,000 views in the next 24 hours or 48 hours. So you can't do things alone too. So
Okay, thanks for that. Those are even actually wisdom words accumulated. Like to start, you don't have to dive like a swimmer. You don't have to overthink. Just dive, start posting, start posting, start posting. No matter what maybe the audience wants to do, just start it and start doing it. And then as you keep going, no matter the type of content I produce, let it be good or not good, there's a possibility of you succeeding at one point as you are just from hearing from Yaza. So you just have to be posting, 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 doing, but start, don't overthink. Then I would like to say this, yeah.
okay,
Like you have helped over 50,000 plus people here in Africa understand how many engineering stuffs in our environment, electricals, plane actually work. And I want to tell you thank you on behalf of all of these 50,000 people.
I
And that
appreciate
even
it.
brings me to my fourth question.
Okay.
Um, why do you even think people love your content and like what you do?
It's like I said before, a lot
Yeah.
of people when they see my videos, my aim is to make them think that okay, I didn't know about this. I think that is majorly what makes people click on my videos or just keep watching or stay to watch more. The thing is in engineering, engineering is basically on the engineering mainly focuses on how things work or like the stages to make something work. Like for
Right.
example, in civil engineering, before you see the whole entire structure of a building, there's a lot that goes into it. That
Exactly.
process is engineering. Is a combination of different departments of engineering making something one that is a single thing possible. So I think that is why, because people just want to know how things work, how things were made, why they were made, or how they are. Like the tires video I made, there's this tire video. It's actually my most viral video on Instagram right now. So that video, it was talking about the tiny hairs on tires. So those tiny hairs, a lot of people in their childhood pluck
Yeah.
those tiny hairs out, and the main point of the video was, are they actually useful? Do they have a part they are playing on those tires? So and the answer is no, because they don't have the part to play after production, but they have a part to play during the manufacturing process. So during manufacturing, the tires are in a mold. So when you're filling tires in a mold, you don't want the air to fill up the tire and some way allow it to pop or explode. So there are tiny vent holes there so that a little tire molecule can seep out, so allowing those tire holes. But after you can peel it out. So a lot of people in my comment section say they peeled it off during their childhood. So I think the relatable aspect of it too is what makes people watch.
That's really cool. One key thing that I love about your content creation strategy, in fact, what you really even said, you make many people say, "Oh, I didn't even really know about this." It kind of blow their mind, make them curious, and then once they're curious on the first video, they're like, "Oh, means this next video I'm going to learn something new, something that I didn't really know about it." Just like the tire that I explained, I watched that video and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know about this." Aya helped me understand a principle on how tires are made and why there's this long black stuff on the tires. That's actually something of cool. And from even our analysis, your viewers, including even me, trust you, and we love keep learning from you. So one key thing is that, or one key question that I want to ask is, many people like what you do. Now you are providing them kind of an educational content, maybe like how the production of tires is being done, the plastic cone on planes. I'm just giving some stuff that is said in your videos. So you're actually teaching them something new that they didn't know about. Now my main
Yeah.
question is, why do these people trust you with this information that you give them? And let's also see how many people can apply it to their lives with maybe a family member trusting them. Yeah, something like that. So why do you think people trust you?
I think it's just ingenuity. Like it's a fact. So people do their research, and some people after watching their videos they might not believe because of how you know, mind, should I use the word mind blowing again? Yes, let me
Yeah,
just
I
use
can
that
use
word.
it.
Mind blowing it is because some people might just go back to Google and search that, oh, it's actually true. So the more they see my videos, and
Mhm.
they can also go back and check, okay, because it's based on research. Engineering is based on raw facts and research. So
Exactly.
you can't um you can't find a way around it. It's just
Mhm.
one single thing, and um and the results. So
Okay.
I think
That's for every
I think
video that you
that's
produce, you
what.
kind of research first before producing that video.
Yeah, yes, the research is
And
a
yeah, and then
really
when the viewer watch the video, they can
yeah,
trust. And for those that don't
yeah,
trust, when they go online, they research, they see the
yeah,
exact stuff. Okay,
yeah.
I get it, I get it. And now let's say for the general public, those listening to us, that kind of find it difficult to make people trust them, either trust their content personally. Which kind of advice can you give to them that do this particular stuff, and then maybe many people will trust you?
I'd say be ready to be let me just say be ready to fail,
Be
because
ready to
your
fail.
first video isn't going to do well. So you should be ready to fail. And if your first video does well, you have to then be consistent. And it might not be even making videos, it might be just something you just want to start doing. Make sure you have a passion for it. Make sure after developing a passion for it, you love what you are doing. So um you don't just go into it and just say, okay, um I don't I don't have a passion for it, I don't like it, I just want to do it because other people are doing it. You actually have to love what you are doing and have maybe just, I think once you just have a passion for it, eventually you love it. Or if you, it goes hand in hand. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually just love what you gave there. Be ready to fail. Let me just even speak directly to the audience that will be listening to us right now. So yeah, said, be ready to fail, no matter what you are doing. Let it be maybe communicating for the first time to somebody, creating your first YouTube video, your first IG video. Be ready to fail. Then he said something after that. Be consistent. So you fail, don't give up, be consistent. So the first video may not be successful, second may not be successful, but maybe the third, fourth, going upward can be successful. So be consistent. And he said, you need to love what you do. You need to love what you do. Be ready to fail, be consistent, love what you do, and have that passion. It's that passion that will keep you going. You're not just doing it to do and do, but you have like that passion and that drive that keeps you pushing, keeps you
Yeah.
posting, and you're consistent. So you guys to note that down because these are really key things that can help you succeed in your own personal life. And I'll continue with our next question. Now, let's go back to our listeners. For all those listening, people from all ages that have had this dream, this idea in their mind that, oh, I want to do this particular thing. Maybe somebody that, let's say, we're in Africa, somebody from Ghana, Nigeria, or even Cameroon are like, oh, I have this particular dream, maybe to start content creation or to start communication, to start public speaking, to even go into engineering and start also creating my own content. But they're kind of scared. I have this dream in mind, are scared to start. They don't know how to start. Which advice can you give them to start as you did?
Okay, the thing is, some people have actually reached out to me, messaging me, asking me those type of questions, exactly those type of questions, and I'll just tell
Yeah.
them to actually just start, because they actually, you know what you have to do. It's in your mind already.
Mm,
It keeps playing. As long as you want to do it, you already have it planned out, but you
exactly.
overthink, keep thinking a lot. But you just have to just start, just do it already. It doesn't matter where you are, your location, even what you have, as long as maybe it it is in, like, it is in the basic requirements. You can just start, you can just do it. Don't wait for anything. Don't even wait. Just start and do it. Just
Okay.
start
As you have gotten for
and do it.
Yaya, start. Just start. Don't overthink. Don't spend your time like, oh, this is my camera good. Is this good? Is that good? Is this? Just start. Just start. Let it be the communication. And just to make them like understand more. I know at the beginning, that's a good camera, but it was not really that good quality camera. So I just want you to explain your starting experience of content creation to our viewers. Like, how did you start? How were your situations? How were the conditions around you? And
Okay.
how did you start?
Okay. So when I wanted to start making videos, I I remember that day. I remember that day.
Yeah.
So the first video I wanted to make, I tried using my phone.
Mm,
Right. So it's not my phone. It's not that my phone. I was using the Galaxy A05 that time.
mm,
So it's not that that phone was bad. I won't say it was bad. It could make videos, but
yeah.
I just looked at the other alternatives that were around me. So I went to my mom. I asked her for her phone to use. I asked to use her phone to record a video. So I used her phone, and it was the first video I made about the top 5 engineering feats in the last decade. Yes, I still remember. So it was the first video I made. I recorded it and just went with it. Although if you look back on that video now, it's because I kept making more videos. You see that a lot of things have changed. Maybe camera quality, the storytelling, the editing, something actually changed because I started and I kept going. So yeah, and what else? Okay.
Yeah.
Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help from anybody. It doesn't matter. Even if they say no, at least you are trying to do something. And even if they don't see that you are trying to accomplish something, you already have it in your mind. So just hold on and don't be afraid to ask for help. Even there are some cases, I know that my one almost all the videos I've asked for help, the videos did very well. There was a time, okay, let me give you an example. So there's this video about I made about telecommunication towers. So I didn't want to use my phone to record that day. I don't know why. I think probably because I didn't have someone to hold it, because I didn't have someone to hold my camera up. My tripod wasn't as tall as I thought it was.
Yeah.
So, and where I would stand, the tripod didn't reach that height. So I went to one of my friends, or two of my friends, let me say two of my friends. Yes, it was two of them. I went to meet them and asked, because although we're staying, because we were staying in the same hostel area. So I went to meet them. I asked, okay, can you guys help me with this video I want to make? Even the camera angles, tedious camera angles, I won't have been able to do it myself. It's
Yeah.
because they were there to help.
Wow.
That was how, and that video, if you go and check it right now, that was about 400,000 views on Instagram and over 100,000 views on TikTok, and it was my first viral video on YouTube. Not anymore, but it was my first viral. It had just 3,000 views. Don't let me say it's that viral, but it was my highest video at that time, and it gained me like 600 plus subs. So don't be afraid to ask for help from anybody, as long as you have a goal in mind that aligns with what you are doing.
Wow, wow, wow. Thanks really very much for that. Don't be afraid to ask for help from anybody as long as you have that goal in your mind. If you are to record the people around you, just ask them. And then one thing that I really even learned from your story at the beginning, that I would like to even emphasize on our viewers too, with that no matter how the beginning is, whether you have the quality camera or not, there will be people even around you that will have what you have to start. Like in the case of Yaya, his mom had the right phone that he could record with and start posting. So don't just start complaining that, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. This is my communication skills. Maybe I'm not ready in this. There are always people around you that are ready to help if you ask them for help. So as Yaya said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Always go and ask for help. And yeah, I would just like to even know more. Um, since from the beginning that I started the recording right up to right now, when posting, creating content, have you ever found any challenge all through this journey? And if you have found a challenge, like how do you resolve it? Or maybe were things difficult at one moment, then how do you overcome the difficulty? We'd like to know about that.
Okay, most difficulty I've had is, the most difficulty I ever had is during the process of making video, like maybe the creative process, during the editing stage, or even research. Having some kind of block. As long as what keeps me aligned is, okay, you have a goal, except you don't want to get there, you just want to just slack off. If you want to achieve it, it's there. You just have to keep going. It's there. You just have to keep going, no matter what. You just have to keep going. There's this video I saw from, I don't know if you know the guy, uh, Agent 000. Do you know him?
No?
He's a streamer.
Yeah.
When he first hit his first million Twitch views, he said he was also in uni that time when he
Mm-hmm.
started, when he was posting videos, YouTube videos. So the thing was, there was no Wi-Fi in his dorm, and it was during the holiday. A lot of people went home, and he would stay back because there was Wi-Fi, and the environment was free for him to work with, and he would keep posting. So he said, if if you um if you keep trying, you can't lose. But if you stop,
Very true.
there's there's no way. You can't get anywhere. When you keep trying, you can't lose. You can't lose. So
That's very true. It's actually a wisdom word there. If you keep trying, you can't lose. You only lose if you stop on the way. Let's say, for even taking an example, maybe for people that want to learn a communication skill, at the beginning, they can start. If they stop, that will actually be a failure. But if they keep trying, communicating, they'll obviously fail, but they'll learn from that failure and actually become good. So, as Yahya has just said, keep trying. You won't fail if you are trying. Just keep going. As you keep going, the equipments will keep coming. You keep becoming perfect. You keep having those amount of views I have. And then at one point in time, you'll be successful, inspiring many other Africans like Yaya. And Yaya, I would like to move even to our next question. That says, as a content creator, you surely have many other people that are looking up to you. Like, I'll give this confession. I too am creating, I would say, mostly on Facebook and Instagram, some reels and short. At one point in time, I was scared. To be honest, I was scared of to be posting these shorts, to be posting these reels. Then I came across your video one time. I saw that, oh, this is a young African like me. It's actually producing content and posting. What am I scared about? So that inspired me to keep posting my content on robotic stuff and some inspirational thoughts that I have. That kind of funny. There's a lot of wisdom in it. And I would say I was greatly inspired by the work you do. Now, there are also other people that are kind of like me at that point in time that are scared, that are unable to take. In fact, they have started actually, but that there's still this fear in them. That maybe my friends will mock at me. What will my brother see when he see this video? So, which advice do you have for these people that have that fear in them?
Okay, if a lot of if you are posting and you have fear of other people's opinion, like if you are afraid of other people, if you are thinking of other people's opinion, it's not like, okay, why am I posting the video? Of course, the main reason for it is, like, let's just say 80% of the reason is for me. Like, I'm posting it to see how good I can be, or how, like, what I want to achieve. It's my own goal. You understand me? So it's not other people's. As long as what you are doing is right, other no other people's opinion doesn't. You have to ignore the noise. You have to ignore the noise. It's just noise. Everything is just noise. So you just have to listen to yourself sometimes. Listen to your guts, and just keep going. Ignore the noise.
That's actually very true. There's even one thing that he said that made me think of a quote that Steve Jobs said. Oh, you said you have to be focused on your vision, focus on the goal, what you want, that's post your content. You don't have to be afraid. Now, the rest that will be coming around you is actually noise. It's actually noise trying to distract you from the main goal. Okay. From the main goal, the main objective. So there's this quote that Steve Jobs said, in a day, in fact, it's a quote on how he usually runs his day. In his day, there is a lot of noise, distraction from people, what people will say, maybe some tasks that will not be really effective. That's noise for him, and he cuts that out. Then it's always like 70% of things that will happen in the day is actually noise. Then there's a 30% that is actually the signal that will help you move towards your goal. That's just you being focused on that particular goal that you have. Let it be creating a content, learning a new robotic skill, posting on TikTok, IG, or platforms. That's the goal. Focus on it, as I just said. What other people will say, it's just noise. Once you post, you become successful, will benefit you. And those that like were making the noise around, those instead they want be like, wow, like I didn't know you were able to do this. I don't know, like I think, yeah, do you have like, or do you had this type of I would say people around you that were like, man, why are you posting these videos? Who do you think you are? Then now at this point in time, when you're, as I would say, you're emerging to success, they'll be like, or they are like, man, we didn't really believe that Yahya could do this. We didn't really believe that you could reach this level. Did you experience kind of that experience?
Um. Uh Fortunately, not really. The only point in time I will experience that is
Okay.
in my comment section. Okay, there was this time someone commented under a video I posted. It was actually the tires video. So the girl was like, okay, this type of video, you're supposed to be making this type of videos. A kid shouldn't be making this type of videos, that you have to have like experience. So maybe he didn't know like my level of education. But I explained
Yeah.
that to him. He was still ignorant. He was like, I just stop making videos. What am I doing that I should leave this content creation for people who are actually experienced? And some people back me up in the comments saying he already told you his level of education is not just doing this, and he actually has the knowledge to back it up. So
Exactly.
eventually, eventually, he understood, and um, we're all good. So although not, he wasn't the only case. There were other cases, but I just say, um, there are some things people might say to hurt whatever you are doing. You understand? There's this thing called constructive criticism. If as long as what they are saying is making sense, or is actually something that can help what you're doing, at least firstly you should listen to what they are saying. Try to understand what they are saying. Don't just react in an aggressive way. You also be calm, and if it's something that is not constructive and it's just nonsense they are speaking to you, try as much as possible to ignore it. Try as much as possible to just let it go, because it's not helping you, and it's not helping. It might also be a push to keep going forward, so you can use
Yeah.
that as fuel to shock them.
Okay. And this even goes particularly even to the content creators. You start your journey into, and then in your comment sections, obviously, there will just be people that will just like,
Yeah,
just want to put you down or even say, hate what you do. Don't put a lot of attention to it, as Yahya said. Don't give it a lot of attention. Just focus on your goal. Keep going, keep doing that stuff that you want, keep learning that skill that you want, keep doing what you have said you want to do. Let it be content creation or anything that you want to apply in life. Just keep doing it. There will obviously be one or two people with some stupid comments that will just want to put you down. Don't give your attention to that. Focus on your goal, and obviously, by trying, you'll be successful. And yeah, yeah. I'll say we're coming to the end with this last question. And this is actually a key question that all our viewers have to like give their ears to it, because it's one of the key questions that we ask to everybody on our podcast. This podcast is called The Vision to Success, where we invite inspirational youths to come, share their inspirational stories, share their success stories, and inspire other African youths that if Yahaya was able to make it in Nigeria, it means that I from Cameroon, another guy from South Africa, another guy from Ghana, anywhere in Africa can also make it. Because I've seen this particular youth that made it here in Africa with the same condition I'm going through. So just listening to you, many people have been inspired. And now we would like to have like a collective vision for the future. That's why I will ask you this question. As for you, Yaya, looking at how technology is going, how everything is advancing in the world, what do you think is the vision of Africa in some years to come? Let it be 5, 10. What's the vision of Africa? What will we be in like 5 years to come?
like what's my vision for Africa?
Yeah, what's your vision?
Okay, so so
It's really a tough question.
you know,
Yeah, but you have to think, take your time.
okay, okay. So where I am right now, of
Yeah.
course, to get to where we want Africa to be is, we can't lie, it's a long journey, not
Mm.
too long, but it's a long journey. So my vision for Africa is to, like, this civil engineering, for example, if it is actually possible, and if I become a full-on civil engineer and content creator, I want to be able to start a huge engineering company that actually plays a part in Africa's infrastructures. Like the Julius Bergers, for example, the Dangotes. You
Exactly.
understand? So I want to play a major role in that if I have the opportunity to, and if I become successful. in what I'm doing, and also I achieve my goal. I want to make Africa a better place. Also, I want to be one of the biggest. It may sound a bit cliche, but I want to become one of the biggest names in my field in Africa.
Nah,
Content
that's
creation,
very
civil
nice.
engineering. You just have to aim for the top,
Mm,
best. You
very
know how to
true.
be the best. So I think
And just remind us again,
that's
which particular field are you actually doing?
okay. I'm in civil engineering. I'm in civil engineering, civil and environmental engineering department,
Yeah.
and for my masters, I might do something that actually aligns with that field or the general field of engineering in that part. So we will know
Yeah.
in the future.
That's quite nice. Then now, if I was to ask you, like in 5 years, what will the or let's just say you can say Africa or even right up to Nigeria, what will civil engineering, the constructions, everything, how will it be like in 5 years to come, comparing to now? In 5 years to come, what will be new according to you? Maybe you'll be this big top guy, everybody will respect it, very popular, reshaping many stuffs here in Africa like Dangote. And as for you, how will be the civil engineering sector in Africa be? What will change? What will be
Okay,
new?
I'd say it will be a lot more modernized because there are a lot of new innovations in civil engineering. The materials we use, for example, machines, the heavy duty machines, there'll be a lot of advancements in them. A lot heavy duty machines in making, for example, concrete, asphalt, cement, machines that play a huge role in construction as a whole. There'll be a lot of advancements in them, a lot of innovations, and hopefully I can cover that too in my videos. Majorly, majorly I'd say modernized. Everything will be more modern as
Mm.
far as technology is just advancing by the day. I'd say let me just say technology is advancing every day. So that's basically what I would say. Become more modernized.
So in 5 years to come, the world will be more modernized.
Yeah,
Many civil engineering engineers will be out here like Yahaya, doing
yeah,
incredible things, building new forms of roads, new forms of houses, skyscrapers here in Africa, and actually Africa
yeah.
will really be a beautiful place. And obviously, we all are looking forward to that. And
Yes.
yes, we're at the end, but yeah, I would just like to give you again once more the floor. So like, I don't know, do you have any other thing to like say to the viewers in addition to all what we have said?
Okay. So the viewers watching, um, okay. To the viewers watching, boredom might actually be the answer because if I think if you are bored, you have to find something productive to do, something that just look around you, even if it has to do with walking or walking around. Make your day productive. You have to make sure every day you get up from bed, you have to be 1% better the next day. So you just don't be average. Don't try to be average. Don't let your day be an average day. Just try to make sure you're at least 1% better. So there are 365 days in a year. Kept being 1% better. That's 365% better. Maybe it's your gym, your eating, your exercises, content creation, your crafts. Just make sure you are 1% better in what you are doing, and overall, it's going to make you a better person as time goes on.
Thank you very much for that. I think that what you just said, and I just want to compliment one thing. I've just found out that everybody that I interview and actually take like a pause before giving a particular answer always gives something of deep, like what they have given. So for the viewers, it applies to everybody. Some might actually be the answer. Look for something around you and start doing. Look for that craft, look for something that you love, start doing, start working on it. And as I said, strive to become 1% better every day. Today, do something else new. Tomorrow, 1% more, after tomorrow 1% more, and keep becoming better and better and better. So I would like to thank Yaya, thank all our viewers that was able to watch right from the beginning up to here. And I'll say see you guys in our next episode. And thanks Yaya for inspiring us and teaching
Also,
us
if
a
I
lot
could,
of things.
yeah, if I could say, it's been an honor. What you're doing is very inspiring.
Thank you very much.
When you first messaged me, I was like, wow, like someone actually invited me to a podcast, and I've seen your podcast with people too.
Mhm.
What you're doing is inspiring, and that's majorly why I joined up and
Yeah, thank
did
you
this
very
with
much
you.
for that.
It's been an honor. Thank you.